Going on, guys? So this is not a video that I wanted to bring you, but I feel like it's a video that kind of have to bring you. But yeah, let's talk about it. I think that we need to talk with Com2us here because this is just embarrassing. It's disappointing. It's embarrassing. It is very clear that there is a lack of testing in the game. Com2us put out a notice earlier today that says, "Greetings from Com2us. After the 6.6.4 update, we have confirmed that the additional attack damage of the Wind Weapon Master was working excessively than we intended. Our intention to form the monster to be a stable damage dealer that can be active in PvP by allowing the monster to deal additional damage with improvisation passive skill. However, the current setup is dealing more damage than our intention, adversely affecting the PvP balance. We sincerely apologize for the confusion caused by this matter, and we will be adjusting the Wind Weapon Master once again." So what they're changing is the additional attack from the passive. Before dealt plus 300% of your attack when attacking an enemy during your turn, and they are nerfing it down to 200%. So this is a direct nerf of 1/3 of the damage. So if you were hitting for 10k before, you'll now be hitting for 6.7k. Please be advised that this will be implemented via the 6.6.5 update, and we are currently doing our utmost to release the update as soon as possible. We'll be sending out the following as an apology to summoners who have experienced inconvenience due to frequent errors after the update. Please log in within the time period to collect them. The compensation is 200 crystals, 5 mystic scrolls, and 200 energy. We will do our best to provide a more enjoyable game environment and attentive service. Thank you for your understanding. So those are the details. That's essentially what's going on here, but there's more to it. There are other layers of this that we need to talk about. So when I say that I think it's clear that Com2us doesn't actually put through thorough testing for their balance patches, Rakan came out. You guys saw my short earlier yesterday. Rakan, with his split provoke mechanic, made the unit that you targeted with provoke attack the other person's team. So essentially someone provoked a Rauk, and the Rauk killed the Carcano on the same team. That is very clearly a bug. It's something that should have been tested. It also seems like something that would have been pretty easy to pick up as a bug. Like, if that's happening under this circumstance, it's probably happening under all circumstances. It doesn't seem like any super unique interaction that made it happen, besides Rakan use skill 3. Something that Sean mentioned to me. So Sean mentioned to me yesterday when we were doing some recordings together that they last minute changed Honghua's skill, Honghua being the fire kung fu girl. They changed her skill from stun into debuff duration increase to attack bar reduction instead. So they nerfed her before she even came out. Similar to how they nerfed Kraka's buff before she came out. And now this. We had a monster that ran around amok in every level of PvP between Fighter and Guardian, even in High Guardian, that was just absolutely obliterating anything. This unit was killing people who had 40k HP verds in one turn. This was killing every Douglas out there. This was killing pretty much anything with a violent proc. And I think it's absolutely absurd the amount of damage that it was dealing. Right? You guys saw I put out a video last night saying Dominic is broken, right? Dominic is broken. They added so many things to his kit. He was a combination of being pre-nerf cocky, pre-nerf Fuki, and more. He had the damage output of cocky, the damage scaling of Fuki, and he has attack bar reduction gain and built-in life drain on passive. I don't really understand why they decided that this was a good idea without testing it. Like, I think anyone could have tested this with subpar mediocre runes. You could have tested this with fighter runes, and you would have been able to clearly see this is extremely overpowered. I'm slightly offended seeing things like, it was our intention to form the monster to be a stable damage dealer. If that was your intention, how come you didn't test it against anything? You could even take an imprint of a real player's account, build it with something on their account, and then try it against another real player's imprinted account. Like, let's say they had a test server, right? Because obviously they have a test server, right? Obviously they have a test server. What if they took like my accounts and Sean B's accounts and they just emulated them on the test server? They went on, they built the units on our account and tested the units. They would have known that this is not balanced at all. This unit would have obliterated so many things. It would have destroyed tons of drafts. I'm shocked at the level of what feels like negligence that's coming from this. And I'm not sure why it's like this. I really thought things were going to be better after the whole cocky fiasco from, I believe it was last year, maybe 2 years ago. But I really feel like it's not getting any better. And I'm very frustrated about it. You know, there's an issue with being inconsistent. And I think that the issue is that they're consistently inconsistent about it. I was really excited for this patch. I was really looking forward to seeing a lot of things changed, a lot of things being more fun, a lot of things being different and being able to be used. But if we have to make things that are so strong that a lot of aspects of the game become unplayable or unfun, then I don't think that that's what I want. Right? I don't want to see all these new units getting buffed if they're going to be the next broken, overpowered, power crept unit that everyone has to summon for, because it's just not fun. Not fun. Oliver was not fun when he was released to the game after they buffed him. Dominic's recent buff was not fun and still isn't fun. Like, what they've done with this nerf is they have put him in a place where he still does a lot. Obviously, he's going to do 33% less damage from this bonus attack, but this unit is still really, really strong. And I feel like this unit is still fairly imbalanced. I don't think this is actually like a feasible nerf to him, considering how much they gave his kit. But the real kicker to me is that after all of this, the only compensation that they give is 200 crystals, 5 mystic scrolls, and 200 energy. So I don't have a Dominic. I didn't put any investment into him. So I just get a bunch of free things. You know, I'm not going to complain about free things, but I totally understand if you're someone who put in a lot of time, you put in a lot of mana, you put in a lot of Devilmon into this unit, you 6-starred it. That's a lot of investment for some people. Maybe not for someone like me who has a ton of resources that's been playing a lot. But I completely understand if you're a more casual player, if you are someone who is free to play, if you are someone who is affected by this negatively because you built that unit, I feel like you should be compensated in a more fair way. At the very minimum, I think they should do what they did with the cocky nerf, where they allow you to turn in your unit, you get back your skill ups, whether that's from feeding weapon masters or getting Devilmon. Please don't ever feed your Nat5s for skill ups. But I'm just disappointed that this is the route that they took with this, and I feel like they could have done a much better job. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry that this happened. I wish there's something that I could do for you about it, but hopefully this video is an example of us, the content creators, the people who have a big voice in this game, holding the company accountable. I value accountability. So I want you guys to know that I don't think this is acceptable, and I don't think that this is okay. So I'm sorry that this happened to you guys, and I really hope that things can get better.